Shalom. Shalom, Yasharala. It's your brother Mashayak coming at y'all with an edifying video through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. So on today's lesson, I want to go into Isaiah chapter 41. And like the other videos, I'm going to keep doing the same thing, but going into different books and different chapters and just linking them up with precepts, and then so like writing down definitions of words that might not be easy to understand, especially when it's written in the KJV, so that it's edifying for myself and for you Akiam wa Akwatium, you brothers and sisters. So we'll start off with Isaiah chapter 41 verse 1, and it says, "Keep silence before me, O islands, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near, then let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment." And I've got Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 20 to link up with that one. And for the keep silence, I typed in the chat GPT what is the keep silence before me means. And I already had an idea of what it meant, but I wanted to see if chat GPT would tell me anything different or more specific. And when I typed it in, it says the keep silence before me means not just silence in sounds, but in pride, boasting, or excuses. So like, yeah, I got this bug this Satan bug popped up out of nowhere, flying in my face. But all right, let's continue. Alright, so I accidentally, I'm looking at my notes right now. I wrote down Isaiah chapter 4 verse 14. I'm pretty sure I meant to write down Isaiah chapter 4 verse 4, because there are some verses in this chapter that I couldn't find really any precepts to link up with, so I just skipped them, but I'll still read them on here just for edification. But Isaiah chapter 41 verse 3 says, "He pursued them and passed safely, even by the way that he had not gone with his feet. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning? I, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, the first, and with the last, I am he." And for that precept, I got Revelation chapter 1 verse 17 to link up with that one. And it says, "The islands saw it and feared. The ends of the earth were afraid, drew near and came." I didn't write down a precept for that one. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 6. It says, "They helped every one his neighbor, and everyone said to his brother, be of good courage." And I linked up Isaiah chapter 35 verse 4 with that. Isaiah chapter 41 and 7 says, "So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he that smoteth with the hammer, him that smote the anvil, saying, it is ready for the soldering, and he fastened it with his nails, that it should not be moved." I didn't write down a precept for that one. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 8 says, "But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend." And I've got 2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 7 to link up with that. And I said I typed in the chat GPT, what does it mean, Abraham my friend? And it says it means Abraham had faith and obedience unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, and that's why he was considered Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua's friend. But for the next one, Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10 says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, will I help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. And I've got Joshua chapter 1 verse 9 to link up with that. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 11 says, Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. I got Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17. I'll link up with that. I should have wrote down the definition of what incensed means, but it just means very angry or enraged. And I link so with that precept, why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? I believe it goes. But for Isaiah chapter 12 and 13, I didn't write down a precept, but I did for 14. Verse 12 says, Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing and as a thing of naught. For I, Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, thy Elohim, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Now got Job chapter 25 verse 6 to link up with that. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 15 says, Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shalt make the hills as chaff. I've got Habakkuk chapter 3 verse 12. So only go with that one. Alright, next one, Isaiah chapter 41 verse 16. It says, So carry them away in the whirlwind, scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and shalt glory in the Holy Israel. God, Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 2, to link up with that. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 17 says, When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth with thirst, I, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, will hear them. I, the Elohim of Israel, will not forsake them. And I got Psalm chapter 34 verse 15, and link up with that. And I typed in ChatGPT, what does the poor represent? And it says those who are in genuine need and dependence on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. So for 18, it says, I will open rivers in high places and fountains in the midst of the valleys. I will make the wilderness of a pool of water and the dry land springs of water. And I got Psalm chapter 46 verse 4 to link up with that. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 22 says, let me go in order. So verse 19 says, I will plant in the wilderness cedar, the shittim tree, and the myrtle and the oil tree. I will set in the desert the fir tree, and the pine, and the box tree together, that they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai hath done this, and the Holy One of Israel hath created it. I don't have any precepts in with 20 or 21. Verse 21 says, Produce your cause, saith the Lord, bring forth your strong reasons, saith the King of Jacob. Let them bring them forth and shew us what shall happen. Let them shew the former things, if they be, that we may consider them, and know the latter end of them, or declare us things for to come. I got Isaiah chapter 42 verse 9 to go with that. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 23 says, Shew the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that ye are gods. Yea, do good or do evil, that we may be dismayed and behold it together. I got Isaiah chapter 45 verses 7 to 8 to go with that. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 24 says, Behold, ye are nothing, and your work are not an abomination. Behold, ye are of nothing, and your work of not an abomination is he that chooses you. And I've got Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. I'm gonna go with that, and yeah. So for Isaiah chapter 41, verse 25, it says, I have raised up one from the north, and he shall come from the rising of the sun. Shall he call upon my name, and he shall come upon princes as upon mortar, and as the porter treadeth clay. And I've got Micah chapter 7, verse 10, a link with that one. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 26 says, Who hath declared from the beginning that we may know, and before time that we may say, He is righteous. Yea, there is none that sheweth, yea, there is none that declareth, yea, there is none that heareth your words. Now I've got Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 18 through 20 to go with that. And Isaiah chapter 41, verse 27, it says, The first shall say to Zion, Behold, behold them, and I'll give to Jerusalem one that bringeth good tidings. And I've got Romans chapter 10, verse 15 to go with that. And then 28 and 29, I've got a precept for 29, but not for 28. Verse 28 says, For I beheld, and there was no man, even among them, and there was no counselor that, when I asked of them, could answer a word. Behold, they are all vanity, their works are nothing, their molten images are wind and confusion. I've got Psalm chapter 115, verses 4 through 8 to go with that. And with that, I pray you brothers and sisters were edified with this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakak, Kodash, Shalom.